Alright, so I'm at the car wash. It's going to get noisy. I keep forgetting to put the microphone on the phone. Probably a waste of time doing this. Probably going to rain now. Every time I wash this car it rains. Anyway, so as I was saying, I took a break from doing textbook work. I might do a little bit this afternoon because even though technically I'm on vacation time, I don't have another part-time job. I don't actually want another part-time job. Because I enjoy what I'm doing. I really do. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm enjoying the process of making things that might help people for years to come. Still a long way to go. There's a lot of work to be done, but the good thing is it's getting done. And you can't just build things overnight and expect it to be successful. This has taken years of my life to do. Something I started doing way back in 2002, 2003, writing out lesson sheets and ideas and putting things together. It's going to get very noisy now. But over the years it's evolved, and that's what a good business is. It evolves over time. A good example of that would be the gym that I used to go to. The owner of the gym also has a ramen shop that he makes his own ramen and other items of food. He started small with the gym, bought second-hand equipment, and he's just built it up to a phenomenal empire over the years, and does really well. And of course now there's a lot of copycats out there. It's going to get dark. That's not really going to help much, but some of these mirrors are clean. I never used to use the roller car wash because it leaves a cobweb look effect on the car, but the one I used to go to that had a hand power washer, actually took that away, so I didn't really have much choice. I do have a power washer at home actually, which once the weather gets a bit warmer I will be using considerably. And we're done. Alright, on with the adventure today. Now I want to find a post office, and also a coffee shop is on the agenda, but I'm not driving into the local town to go to Starbucks because it's just too far. I would just fancy something different today. I'm probably going to do something stupid like go to Joyful and just get the drink bar, which is about 260 yen I think. I forget. Then I can sit there to my heart's content. However, they don't have consents or electrical sockets for my laptop, which I brought with me to write a post on gintruth.com. If you haven't checked out that website, please go ahead. That's where I reveal scams and scammers and the misdeeds of bad people. You may not agree with everything you see on there, but it is what it is. Alright, so I'm at a post office, not too far from where I live. And I need to go in, get an envelope, put everything together, and send it off. So let's go and do that. Okay, that is done. So those papers will arrive tomorrow. So, a weird little area this. It's one of those old areas of Japan. There's lots of them around now. Let's see if we can get over here and find somewhere for a good coffee. Car looks so good in the sunlight. As long as you don't get too close. It's the story of our lives really, isn't it? Like, we all look pretty good until you get too close. There's a saying a friend of mine used to say, it's good from afar but far from good. Unbelievably, the car's JCI, or Japanese car inspection, called the Shaken in Japan, is due in just 3 months. So get having that every 2 years. I think that's kind of a good thing to have, because then it keeps off any really nasty vehicles off the road if they're not roadworthy. One thing I don't understand is, why are we continuously paying property tax on something that we buy and own? Especially if you own it outright, how are you still paying property tax on it? And road tax. Japan should be a lot more like some other countries, like Australia. I know they're not without their problems, and right now Australia has a really shitty government. There's like a million things I need to do today, and I just don't know where to start. Actually, I'm going to pop into the 7-Eleven here because I want to put some money onto my prepaid credit card. I don't have an actual credit card anymore, but I have a prepaid card which I use for all my online purchases. So it's a pretty good deal, pretty good idea to have that. I used to have credit cards, but I ran up a lot of debt on those, and it took forever to pay off. Many years ago, it took me almost 8 years to pay off that, because I didn't realize how high the interest was. It was my own fault. I got some help on that, and once I saw how much interest they were taking out of the monthly payments, I opted to get rid of it once and for all. Best thing I ever did. Yeah, people might say a credit card's good if you're in an emergency, or you have an emergency situation, or you're traveling. Yeah, that might be true, but well, the prepaid card I got is from Docomo, and it's called D-Card, and I'll show you what I mean. If you're ever in Japan, and if you're going to be here for a while and you don't want to use a credit card, let me just hide some details on this card actually. There we go. So it looks a little bit like that, hiding the number of course, and just looks like an ordinary card on the back. And it's also got what they call ID. So it is a MasterCard and an ID card. ID is something you can use here in Japan. You can even use it on your phone. So I'm going to go and top up that card right now with about $200. It's also handy to have when I go shopping, or if I want to pay for a meal. I can use my phone, which I'm recording on right now, to pay for my meal, but getting that phone bill at the end of the month, or for the following month, with all those charges on, is kind of shocking. So anyway, let's go and do this right now. Oh my goodness, it is just a little bit more than windy out there today. I just bought some brake cleaner fluid, sprayed on. I was going to just give a quick film of that, but it's just too windy. I'll show you what I mean. Look. Get an idea of just how blustery it is out there with those flags going mental. Sometimes you just got to take your chances on those gaps when you can. Well, I seem to have done it. It's not squeaking now, which is good. It has been very dry. We had some rain the other day. Snow last week, but didn't go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere last week in the Z, other than I briefly visited my friend from the car company I used to work at, because he said he had a rear spoiler and a rear diffuser for me. The diffuser didn't fit. It came from a GTR, and he told me how he could modify it, but I didn't want to ruin a good piece of what I call artwork. And the spoiler had no mounts, so he said he could make some mounts for me, which was very nice of him. But in the end, the guy who was selling the spoiler wanted way too much money for it, so I said, nah, I'm good, thanks. And as fast as this car is, even with just a stock engine, I don't think I need to make it look like it's a sports car, because it already does. Yeah, a rear spoiler would be nice, just for aesthetics, but I don't really want to go too crazy on this car. There's a bunch of car places down here. They're all closed today for some reason. Some Tuesdays, every Wednesday, car shops generally tend to be closed in Japan, but many of them now close on Tuesdays as well. So that's their weekend, if you like. We're just coming up to the gym that I used to go training at. I do miss training. I just don't seem to have enough time since we've had the kids, and I don't have the enthusiasm that I used to. But I mean, if I go in the gym, I'm all right. I'll work out, obviously, but it's half the battle is just getting in the door. Thankfully, the guys at the gym still keep in touch. The owner still keeps in touch. I still go to barbecues and end of year parties with them. I could go to Kaikatsu Club, which is an internet cafe place. Very cheap to go in there for anywhere from 15 minutes to all night. And that's what I used to do actually. I used to stay in the internet cafes when I was staying away from business, because the hotels got very expensive. Bit more expensive there, but it's worth it. Anyway, yeah, I don't have the motivation for the gym anymore. I did a lot of years in the gym, chiefly from the age of around 20, 21. To approximately the age of 28, 29, and then on and off for a couple of years. And then I came to Japan, and everything was so cheap here then. I mean, it's still relatively cheap in comparison to other countries, but it was so much cheaper then. So I put on a lot of weight from all the delicious food, and then I found the gym that I was just talking about. Back in 2009, I joined that gym, and I went there for quite a long time actually, until approximately 4 or 5 years ago. And I stopped going because of having kids and just other personal things going on, like family death and friends who died, etc. And there's a nice gap right down there. Oh, I think I'm just going to put it down here actually. Right in the shade, I think. Yeah. Right here. I have to go out to the road to back it up. Go. It's a nice little spot right here. I believe this is where the staff usually go. There's a girl who works here, and she has a 350Z. I haven't seen it around for a while. I think she might have sold it actually. But there you go. So I'm here. So I'm going to go and get some coffee and some fruit. And then I'll go home in about 2 hours before I have to pick up the boys. Let me show you the brake cleaner that I got. Oh. It is ridiculously big. Look at the size of that. So, see, it says brake and parts cleaner. So, yeah, I just sprayed some of that on, and it seemed to clean it up really nicely. Excuse me. And the trouble with having custom wheels is they get very dirty, so I actually splashed out a little bit, and I bought some ultra hard cleaner, and as you can see what it says it does. Oh, there on the label there, look. So you go some dirty dusty wheels, spray that on, let it sit for a bit, and it will clean it up nicely. But I will do that another day when it's not so windy outside, and I'll do that at home. But for now, coffee time.